Hi Karen. Hi Ellen. Hi Serena. Hi Vicky. Hi Miriam. Hello Nicola. Hi Sue. Welcome everybody. Hi Liz. Welcome. Hi Shelley. Welcome. Hi Jackie. How are we all? Are we all okay? Hi Tanya. Hi Susan. Hello there. Hi Tracy. Just wait a few moments for a few people to join us. So I'll do a few hellos because I like to say hello. Hi Michelle. Hi Sue. Sue Jacob and Sue Barnes. Hello. Hi Michelle. Hi Carmen. I'm not too bad, Carmen. I feel a bit tired, but I'm not too bad. Are you? My husband's been doing the gardening today. He's actually cut all the edges, so that looks nice. The edges of the lawn, that is. Hi Louise. Hi Eileen. Are you alright? How are you? Hope you're keeping safe and well. Hi Ginny. Hi Mimi. Did I say that right? Mimi. Hi Louise. Oh good. Good to hear that you're doing fine, Eileen. Still keeping busy? Of course you are. Stupid question really. You're very welcome Liz. My pleasure. Oh, I'm glad you're sorted. I will explain about the brayer in a few moments. Hi Leslie. Hi Sue. Hi Annika. Hi Joanne. Hi Tom. How are you? Hi Danielle. Hello Barbara. And Sue. Thanks for joining me this evening. Thank you. Hi Roz. I'll just wait a few moments for a few to join us. Hi Tracy, just to be fair so that some people don't miss the start. Hi Sue. I hope you're all keeping well and you've maybe been out in the fresh air. What have you been up to? Hi Debbie. Hi Jane. Have any of you been out in the garden? There's not much further we can go really, is there? Out in the garden. Yes, a stupid question, Eileen, like you're not going to be busy, of course. Hi Carols. Hi Jane. Can't believe I forgot to get shaving foam. I can't believe you forgot to get shaving foam, especially when you sent your husband out. Never mind. Oh yes, I'll talk about those. Thanks Kim. Hi Louise. So yes, have you been out in the garden? Hi Piggy Sue. Now I know what Piggy Sue means. Yay. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Denise. I have my razor ready. Why do you have your razor ready, Danielle? I'm now worried. Come on, Danielle, why have you got your razor ready? Hi, Mario. Hi, Louise. Hope everybody's well. Bonjour. Scrap Simone. Bonjour. Ça va? Hi, Fee. And Melissa. So come on, Danielle, I need to know why you've got your razor ready. Good, thanks. Hope you are too. Yes. Mucking, putting my sheep and ducks and chicks. Oh, you've got chicks. We need to see photographs of chicks. Oh, bless you. Mimi's been making flowers as it would have been my nana's birthday and can't get to the shops. Oh, how lovely. That's nice, Mimi. Good evening, Joanna. Hope you're well. I'll describe what I did with the accordion. Hi, Karen. Gartland. I've said that many Karens. Hi, Pat. Hope you were all well. Hello, Laurie. How are you? Hope you're well. Hey up, Carolyn. Hey up, Duck. Hi, Belinda. Thanks for joining me. Right, we've got 106 on now, so I'll stop saying me hellos. Getting earlier. Well, I started at 5:30 because quite a few said they quite liked that time. Hi, James. Welcome. A few ladies said they liked 5:30 because it gave them a bit of time just to prep ready before Abs went live on Instagram, because Abs goes live on Instagram at 7:30. Shaving foam technique, I think it's a joke. Oh, got you. Oh, sorry, James. Oh, dear me, I'm so slow. Of course, it's a joke. You see, James, you're more switched on than I am. You see, in the house today, it's a hype of activity. My daughter is blitzing her bedroom, so we have stuff all over the landing. She's got shoes, clothes, she's blitzing everything. My husband's done the garden, so he's come in and he's got his dirty clothes all over the place. I've tidied my craft room and blitzing my craft room, so it's been a hype of activity here, and now I've come down to sit down. I'm brain dead. Hi Tracy, got plenty of shaving foam ready for later. Brilliant, Wendy. I'm going to enjoy watching first. Oh bless you. Hi Carol. Because you said you'd got all over your face. Oh yes, I did get it all over my face last time. I did get shaving foam, because what I do, Danielle, is I get the shaving foam and then I wipe it all over my face. I can't help myself. But everything smells nice. Everything smells beautiful when you use shaving foam. So let me just explain a couple of things about yesterday. So we did the tag yesterday and we had a very long live. It was about 2 hours, so I do apologise for that. I don't say the duck part or love. You just say A up, do you, Carolyn? Cost kick a bow against a woe, tell it bossed cost, Carolyn. It's good she is clearing though. Yes, it is good she's clearing, Eileen, but the mess is everywhere. And guess what? I can't go out to take it to the charity shops, so it is everywhere. Hi Robert, how are you? Hope Max is okay and your mum's okay. Hi Sue. So I've got nowhere to take all this clearing out stuff to, so it's all in the garage now. Up on the landing, in the garage and everywhere, because she's decided to have a clear out. And I can't go out and take it anywhere, so it's great. Hi Bernie. So this is the accordion that we created yesterday. And remember I said to you that I like to spend time to add the details to the tag. Well, I spent a good 2 hours today finishing it off. Hi Fran. Nothing different then, exactly Karen. So I took my time and finished it off, and I spent my time adding lots of coloured layers to the tag to give it lots of depth, but I then also added shading to the petals so that it stood out, and I spent time doing that just so that it all blends together. And remember when I said to you, Carolyn, what? Yeah, in the potteries, Carolyn, my granddad always used to say, cost kick a bow against a woe, tell it boss cost. Can you kick a ball against a wall and tell it burst? Can you? That's what it's like when you come from the potteries, you see. So I added some dimension on the flowers to make them pop more, and some shading and some more white stamping. So for me, this is what I spend my time doing. That's why the live was 2 hours long, because I don't rush it. Hi Janice. Hi Debbie. Picture has gone a bit fuzzy. Oh, it looks okay here. My picture looks okay, Sue. It must be you. Are you rocking that camera? It looks okay here. Is that a brad in the middle of the flower? That's a bead, an actual bead, Carolyn. But these are the things that I like to do to finish it off. I've added lots of layers of colour. I've added Posca pens in the centre, shading to the flower, some white stamping and some embellishments. A bit of the paint gunk off the paint pot. But if you take your time, it proves that even though I was struggling on the live to get it finished, if you take the time to get it finished, it's worthwhile doing it. I think it is anyway. I sorted my bedroom and have 3 large IKEA bags for the charity shop. It's going to be a pain sorting. It's worth it though. My daughter's room looks so much better. Did a ball in a sock against a woe. Cost kick a bow against a woe. Oh dear. Anyway, I need my background with paints much brighter than inks. Yes, it's really bright. I just love the fact that we've got paint layers, pencil layers, Posca layers. And it is worth it if you take your time. I think it is anyway. Fine here too. Oh good Tom, I'm glad everybody's fine. So you need to tell me what you've been doing. What have you been doing today? So you tell me what you've been doing today while I just explain. I had Liz message me earlier and asked me to explain a couple of things about the brayer. She was having problems with brayering her backgrounds. So Liz was saying that she can't get her backgrounds as blended as this. And we decided that Liz was having a problem because her brayer is a lot harder than mine. I use a speedball brayer, and the speedball brayer is firm, but it's also slightly squishy to the touch. It's got nice density, but a bit of squishiness too. If your brayer's too hard, then it won't work. You won't get that blend. Hi Julie, welcome. So I can't believe I'm saving paint gunk. You have to save paint gunk, Carol. Paint gunk is wonderful. Paint gunk is wonderful. So sometimes if your brayer is too solid and too sort of like a plastic hard layer, your paints won't blend as frequently. So Liz just asked if I'd just mentioned that on my live. So I'm just mentioning that, Liz. So I use a speedball brayer, and James's got those if you want those. Right. Oh, I haven't mentioned the giveaway before we get on the shaving foam. So I've got a little giveaway like I normally do. So let's go on to the giveaway and then we'll get on to the technique. Housework today and cuddles with our dog. Yes, I've done housework. I've cleaned the lounge, the dining room, the bathrooms and my craft room. Why did I do it? I don't know. Because I'm only going to mess it up again. I know I had trouble getting coverage with my brayer, but yours is a speedball. Well, definitely, if you've got a speedball, Belinda, it's adding layers of the colour, not just one layer. Yeah, if you keep applying the layers and lift your brayer as you do it. Don't just roll your brayer like that. You need to lift it and brayer. Lift your brayer up. Don't just roll it like you're doing rolling the walls in your lounge. You need to lift it up. Hi Sue, how are you? So right, on to the giveaway. The giveaway this time, I've got a couple of MDF plaques, a couple of MDF plaques for you to decorate. And I think on one of my Facebook lives, because I've given quite a few of these away, we'll decorate one of these. And you're lifting. You should get a nice blend. What paints do you use, Belinda? And did you say what paints are you using, Belinda? Oh dear. It's because I saw Biotex then. Biotex Wendy. Oh right. So yes, we've got a couple of plaques, which I think we'll decorate one in one of the lives. Put shopping away that my stepdaughter got for me. Oh, brilliant, Pam. I'm glad you're staying safe. I'm doing very well, Elaine. Are you? Same as mine, Belinda. No, this should blend beautifully, but I just add little layers each time. Maybe I'll do another Facebook Live with the paint layers and go a bit slower. Did you say bathrooms as in plural? Yes, I've got the bathroom and the ensuite and the utility. I had to do all them, Sue, and it was boring. The other part of the giveaway is some Tim Holtz trims. They are new, it's just that the stickiness has come off the back, but there's some of the trims. So we've got the plaques and the trims for the giveaway. I've got a couple of pre-loved stamps, but they're not used that much, but they're pre-loved. So there's a pre-loved stamp set there for you, like so. And we've got another stamp set as well. It's a pre-loved one, a pre-loved stamp set, but not used very much, pre-loved. So pre-loved stamp sets. So there's two pre-loved stamp sets. There's new trims and plaques. If you don't want to be in the draw, then please say if you don't want the pre-loved stamp sets. And I've got a new Making Cards magazine as well. So that's the giveaway this time. So if you'd like to share the Facebook Live, that'd be lovely. And you sharing the Facebook Lives has been wonderful, because I've had a couple of new ladies that have been really appreciative. So thanks very much for sharing the lives. So that's the giveaway. Let me move that out the way. So that's our giveaway. So yes, so the pre-loved stamps. So if you don't want pre-loved stamps, just say no problem at all. So, but they're not very much pre-loved, those ones. I've only used them once. So yes, I'll do a randomly drawn giveaway. I've done all the other giveaways, so they're all sorted. So it's just tonight's giveaway I need to do. So that's enough waffling for now. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm doing the shaving foam technique. I know I've done it before, but I've had quite a few requests. So I like to, if somebody requests something, I do like to do the requests. Now, when you're doing the shaving foam technique, it's best to use either a Tupperware container or a piece of brown paper. And guess what? I've got no brown paper. and I couldn't go out to get any, so I've got none. So we're making do. So what we're doing is we're using a piece of white card. I haven't got a Tupperware container big enough. Thanks very much. I haven't got a Tupperware. Hi Kathy, hope you're well. I haven't got a Tupperware container big enough. So I'm going to use a piece of white card. We have to make do with what we've got. Shared to Stampers Grove. Cheers, James. Thanks very much for your support, James. Thanks, Miriam. Thanks, everybody. So I'm going to do my shaving foam on a piece of white card because I'm making do with what I've got. So I'm using Distress Oxide re-inkers. And the reason I like to use the Distress Oxide re-inkers is for several reasons. I get nice vibrancy of colour. I can layer the colours and I don't create mud. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. So I'm using the Distress Oxide re-inkers. You can use as many or as few as you like. Now, I didn't think about the colours too much. Thanks, Nicola. So I didn't think about the colours too much. I just grabbed a roasting tin exactly. Anything will do, as long as you're not going to cook in it afterwards, obviously. So I hadn't got anything spare, so white card it is. I'm making do with what I've got. So if you've got a big Tupperware container or one of them, you know, the garden things that you plant your seeds in, one of them, anything will do. So exactly. No, I like using the card because there's no wastage. I can just put it in the bin. So what you need is the colours that you're going to use. You can use any inks, but I like to use the oxides because I can layer the colours, because they're a pigment dye fusion, and because they're a pigment dye fusion, that pigment layer it's got an opaque quality, so it allows me to layer colours. So I've got my kitchen roll ready. Let me just get some kitchen roll ready. What else do you need? You need a ruler and maybe an old credit card. Sharing and caring. Bless you, Debbie. Thank you. So a ruler and an old credit card. So I'm going to use the Lots of Dots stencil. The Totally Dotty stencil would work just as well. The Totally Dotty one. Oh, I've managed to share. Thanks, Piggy Sue. A paint tray. Exactly, Carolyn. Anything like that. Unfortunately, I haven't got a single one of them that I can use anyway because they're already in use. Thanks, Mitziana. Can't get my names out. Hope you're well, Mitziana. Yes, anything like that you can use. So we're going to use these. So what you need to do is you need to give these Distress Oxide re-inkers a shake. So I'm now going to make the camera shake. So kitchen roll, I know it's a bit of a luxury. If you haven't got kitchen roll, think of something else. Some type of squeegee works as well, Belinda. Exactly. So just make do with what you've got. So I'm giving my Distress Oxide re-inkers a shake because they've got a ball bearing in the bottom and you need to shake them because you get some settlement in the bottom. So I'm just giving those a shake. So hopefully you're all dizzy now. Hi Judith. Hello, welcome. I've got my shaving foam. So give your shaving foam a good shake. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Doreen. So I'm giving my shaving foam a good shake. Now, if you don't shake the shaving foam, you won't get it nice and frothy. And we need it nice and frothy. We don't need it to be all flat. We need it to be all frothy and all raised. So give that shaving foam a good shake. Did you share from here and create a watch party? I think, Alison, you can just share. And then you type when you press share, you just type a post to say Tracy Evans is waffling as usual, something like that. It gets somebody's attention. Do you know what I couldn't believe? Been dizzy for years. Join the club, Tom. Do you know what I couldn't believe? Does anybody know when James is at work? James from Stampers Grove is at work all the time. He said he was off for a few days. Nah. James is at work. James is always at work. That's why he's here. Honestly, he's like me. He's constantly working. So, do you know what I couldn't believe about YouTube? I went to YouTube And people actually put a thumbs down to your videos. Why bother? They actually put a thumbs down when you're sharing videos and you're giving your free time to show videos, and they give a thumbs down. Honestly, they give a thumbs down. They dislike it. I couldn't believe the amount of people that got dislikes. I got 1 dislike for sharing my Facebook Live. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. Anyway. Oh, it doesn't matter, Margaret. We haven't really said much. It's the usual waffling. You know what I'm like. Hi, Joanne. James has replied to Sue. To you, Sue. Oh, right. So I'm now going to add the shaving foam. Like so. So add a nice layer of shaving foam. Oh, and that smells lovely. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Maureen. Hope you're well. You haven't missed anything, Christine. This is it. I've literally just sprayed the shaving foam and explained. I know, I thought they were cheeky, Tom. I thought it was rude. Why would you give somebody... Shared with 52 USA. Bless you, Robert. Why would you give somebody a thumbs down? I couldn't be able. You should not be able to give a thumbs down. Exactly. Just turn it off. I mean, why bother? That amazed me. But there you go. There's nothing stranger than some people, is there? Very rude. I thought it was rude. So I would never give anybody a thumbs down. Right, so I'm now going to add these Distress Oxides into the shaving foam. Now you can add as much or as little colour as you want. If you only want... Oh, it smells lovely, Liz. If you only want a delicacy... Oh, dear me, I'm thinking about food. A delicate layer of colour, then just add light layers of colour. Don't add too much layers of colour. I'm thinking about food. Don't worry about it, Tracy. Some people don't appreciate free videos. I'm just amazed. I'm just thinking, all those lovely people putting their videos up. Is your Ian gonna have a beard now then? No chance. He can't grow a beard for Toffee Karen, my hubby. He's going bald on the head and he can't grow much hair anyway, so he's got not much hope of growing a beard. Are they called troll? I can't believe it, Jane. I'm like, why would you bother? I mean, get a grip. Anyway, that's my moan for today. So I'm not going to put much orange in because it's quite overpowering. I have no idea how this will turn out because it's hit and miss. Oh, I'm not going to let it faze me, James. I'm not bothered. I'm lucky. Most of mine have got thumbs up. I only had 1 thumbs down. One lady was doing a beautiful video and she had 30 thumbs down. I was like, get a grip. Anyway, that's my moan for today. Let me just... And now I'm getting a paintbrush just to swirl the shaving foam, just to give it a nice mix. And that just gives you... And you could do it this way as well. You don't have to just do it one way. You can do it both ways. So what I'm going to do now is move my shaving foam out of the way slightly. And then I'm going to bring in my card. I love playing with shaving foam. A friend of mine does a lot of YouTube videos and she has loads of abuse about them. How can you get abuse about doing a free video? Honestly, it just amazes me. I just don't understand some folk. They need to get a life. And this is going to go on YouTube as well. Ha ha! So, yes, James is lovely. So, I've now got the lots of dots. I get confused between lots of dots and totally dotty now. But try the totally dotty one. That'd be fab. So, we're now going to add... Whoops. Take your old credit card. Please don't use a new one. Pick up your shaving foam on your credit card and then swipe that across your stencil, and you're hardly using any. So swipe that across your stencil. Let's pick up a little bit more pink and just swipe that across the bottom. Okay, and then lift your stencil up and look what you get. I just love it. It makes me happy every time. I know, Tracy, you don't know your precious time, and I know you all appreciate Belinda. I take no notice of those kind of people. So I take no notice of unpleasant comments. I'm too old to be bothered by that nonsense. I just couldn't believe it. Anyway, we've got this stencil now. And we've got this beautiful colour here. Hi, Harriet. Can you see? Let me just lift that up. But it will get more vibrant when we heat it. So let's heat this up. Let me just clean this stencil just so, and your stencil cleans beautifully because it's just shaving foam. So it's not much mess. So then what you're going to do is let me just hold this up as I heat it. So you can see that the colour becomes more intense. So we'll just heat this up, and I'm hoping on camera you can see the colour becoming more intense. Can you see the colour is getting more intense? And can you see those bubbles coming? Let me move my heat tool out the way. Hold it up a bit more. Can you see the bubbles coming in the shaving foam? Let me see if I can heat it from this way. There's some bubbles coming, which is part of the shaving foam technique. I'm hoping you can see that. Like so. So it gets more vibrant. So before you're finished with that, you need to take a piece of kitchen roll. Trust me, Tracy, I would make a mess. No, you wouldn't, Sandra, trust me. So there's your shaving foam. Just blot it with your kitchen roll, toilet roll. It works. Max just finished it. Yay, Mags. Big thumbs up to Mags. Dab it with your kitchen roll just to take off the excess and allow that to dry on one side because we haven't finished yet. So there's one background. There's one background. So let's do something different. So what I've got here is I've got a piece of card that I've folded in half. I know, I love it, isn't it? Wow, Wendy. It doesn't take much to make me smile. So I've folded a piece of card in half and I've cut out a heart shape, like so. I dug out some old shaving foam backgrounds the other week and you could still smell the foam. It's lovely, Samantha. So I've cut out a heart. Can you see? Cut out a heart. So what I'm going to do now is take another piece of card, and you've still got the shaving foam. Let me bring the shaving foam in so you believe I've still got the shaving foam there. Okay. So I've got a heart here, and I'm going to see if I can do the heart shape with the shaving foam. I've lost the credit card already. Mags thumbs up, brilliant. Mags has done it. It doesn't matter that you're late, Harriet. You can catch up later as well. You can just waffle with us. So I'm now going to pick up the shaving foam. I want to pick up some pink. See that I've picked the shaving foam up again. And then I'm going to apply this over this heart. But I don't want to go too over the top with the shaving foam. I want to leave it. Let me see if this will work. It does get a bit messy, but oh yes, we like this. So then you get that. Can you see? Look at that. I just love it. I just love that. Doesn't it look nice? So we now heat that up because you've got to heat it because of the pigment in the oxides. So give that a dry as well. So that's another background we've created. And you've still got this stencil for later on. So move that out the way. Just give this a dry. And I'll hold this up because the intensity, it does make it soft to the touch as well, Roz. So we're just drying that. Again, use your kitchen roll just to dab your heart. Just to get rid of the excess. And there you've got a lovely vibrant heart. Got carried away with my crafting and forgot what time it was. Oh, you've not missed much, Sarah. Don't worry about it. But that gives you your heart. So there's two. There's two backgrounds. Can you use normal distress inks? Absolutely, Wendy. And then we've got another background. Let's create another one. So then we've got a circle. So I keep putting my credit card down and then losing it. We've still got some shaving foam left. So let's pick up some more and go through the circle. Pick up some of that green. like so. Don't put too much on. Make sure that you're just using a little bit. You don't need too much. Lift your circle up and look, that's what you get. So you've now got a spotlight. Yes, it works on fabric as well. You wouldn't be able to, you can do it with paints, yes. Some of it sort of sinks into the foam, but why don't you try Dina Wakley's new sprays? That's what I'm going to do. Try Dina Wakley's new sprays with it. That will work really well. So I'm going to just dry that. Could you put pigment powders in the foam? Yes, you can. You can put pigment powders in the foam, absolutely. Let me just treat myself to another piece of kitchen roll. And again, dab that like so. Okay. So we've now got these three, like so. 3 backgrounds so far from, could do with losing my credit card. There you go, Gina, the good way to lose your credit card. You can use the spray inks from Dylusions, absolutely. Die cut flowers, you could die cut pieces out of these. And then what we've got, we've only used, do you remember all them Distress Oxide re-inkers? This is still the same shaving foam. Alcohol inks, yes you can. Sometimes the alcohol inks sink down and dribble the inks, and it all works fantastically. So I've got all this left. So press your card into your shaving foam, lift your shaving foam up, and then it looks like so. Let me get some kitchen roll. Take your ruler and then swipe across your card. Wow, look at that. Tea time, no problem, James. See you soon. Can you see that lovely background that we've got there? Yeah, with food colouring. Absolutely, Belinda. With food colouring. The reason I use the Distress Oxide re-inkers is a personal thing, because I'm a big fan of vibrancy. I adore the vibrancy. So that's why I'm a big fan of the oxides, but we're all different. But before you remove this shaving foam here, make sure you give it a dry. But I adore the vibrancy of that. The vibrancy of that is just fantastic. I adore it. I mean, that is what we're going to make our card out of, I think. We'll make our card out of that because it is gorgeous. So I'm now going to remove this excess shaving foam just from here, like so. Just so that that's off the card. So it doesn't make that much mess really, because I've just cleaned it up with a few pieces of kitchen roll and it works fine. You could even clean it up with a cloth. So I love that. So I'm probably going to use that one for the card because it's beautiful. You're going to have to steal your boyfriend's shaving foam. Absolutely, Julie. Steal it. So I'll bring all the backgrounds in. So what you just need to do then, whoops, is just make sure you dab, just so you remove any excess colour. There's not much on there, but just so that you remove any excess colour. So this is going to be our card. But look what we've got left. We've still got that left. Great fun, and it looks totally different every time, Sarah, exactly. So, will it work with glitter? Hydrate Mags here, will it work with glitter? You can try it. If you just put like the clear glitter on the top of the pigment of the colour, and it should stick to the pigment and then lift up, so hopefully. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take another print. You could add more ink to this so that you can keep taking more and more prints. But I'm just going to take a print of that for my stamping purposes. I might not get much, but can you see I've still got all the shaving foam left to do lots more techniques with. So I could do the totally dotty stencil and that would work absolutely beautifully. It would look amazing. In fact, I might just try that before I bin the shaving foam. So I'm just going to see what's left. This is the paler one, look. where I'd done no swirls. Look how it looks. That'll be perfect for the flowers. So it works so well. So I'm just going to clean my ruler. No, we're not going to do the totally dotty one because I don't want to take up too much of your time, because we had a long one yesterday. So I'm just going to dry this, and this one I didn't swirl as much. So it's still beautiful. I'll bring all the backgrounds in so you can see. Just drying this. It smells beautiful in here. Absolutely gorgeous in here. Just wipe off that excess. Wipe away all this excess shaving foam. Won't keep you a second. Just make sure we've got a clean area. And you wouldn't waste all this. You would reuse it. I'm going to waste it. Right, I'll bring in all the backgrounds. Just bear with me a second. I've got shaving foam all over my hand. Let's make sure all our backgrounds are nice and dry so that we can start work. Got time, so no worries here. Oh, bless you, Carolyn. Yes, die cut flowers out of them, Sarah. They look fantastic. So you could die cut flowers out of that one. Let me just dab that. So let's bring in these backgrounds that we've got. This is what we've got from one bit of shaving foam and one bit of Distress Oxide re-inkers. That's what we've got. And how long did that take? It works. Told you it would, Robert. Told you it would work. I love how Mags is in the background experimenting. It's fantastic. Is there a better card to use? Any card. I'm just using Pink Frog smooth card. Smooth white card. I think it's 280, 300 GSM. But any card, fabric, anything. It looks good on fabric. But look at all them backgrounds from one sitting. That is just wonderful. Oh, bless you, Belinda. I do genuinely love to craft. And when I don't even mind when it goes wrong. That doesn't bother me. What's it? Take as long as you like, Tracy. Hubby's the evening chef. I love it, Alison. He's cooking, so you're not bothered. So it just looks, all that, I could create 5 cards, but I'm going to use this one for stamping my flowers on. But we can create a card now. So let's create a card. So I'm going to use them, but one of the flowers, where's my flower stamp? Can I find anything? No, of course I can't. So I'm going to use this flower stamp. Let me see if I can find the acetate. That would be a miracle if I could find the acetate. Let me just chuck stuff on the floor. We might find something. Where's the acetate? Do you know, I've got it all organised before we go live, and then I can't find a damn thing when we go live. So this flower here would look beautiful on the heart. It would look beautiful on the circle, but I'm going to use it on this piece here. My floor is getting covered in my stuff too, Tracy. Honest, Belinda, I've got it. Every time I do a live, I just chuck it to one side. Well done, Tracy. Mum and Mags love to hear and follow along. Like a workshop again. Oh, I do miss seeing Mags and Mum, Robert. Oh, I do. It was so lovely having you in the shop. You were such great company. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp a flower. And I'm stamping this flower because it's got a nice open design. Practice backgrounds, you said. I can now paper Buckingham Palace. Do you know what the best bit has been about doing these lives is that everybody keeps messaging me and saying, I've done my homework, I feel like I'm back at school. It makes me feel so good. Honestly, the small things amuse small minds, they say. But because you were all messaging me and saying you were doing your homework, it did make me smile. But honestly, it's the little things that amuse me. I'm glad you've not seen it done that way before, Michelle. I like to try and at least bring you something a little bit different, even if you've seen techniques before. So I'm now going to stamp my flower in the background. And this flower will look beautiful because all that marbling will look fantastic. So I'm now going to stamp it on the side, I think. I think I'm going to have it here. So there we go. I'm just again going to allow the ink to sit. It's the little things that matter exactly. It reminds me, did you start writing that book yet, Tracy? No, I've not done a book. Mind you, you'd all know what's in the book, wouldn't you? Because I'm giving you all my techniques anyway, so nobody'd buy it. Jane, done my homework for the little book. Brilliant. Where's my little book still here, Luke? For our homework? Or do you mean the little book that we're doing in my group? Oh, I didn't put a link to my group, did I? I don't think it'll let me now. Because it will. There's a link to my group if anybody wants to join. Or the All and Create Fanatics group. So we've got it nicely stamped like so. And now we're going to use this bit of the background. We could promote it. You could promote it, Margaret, but I've given that much away. Now nobody would buy it. Oh dear. And you won't be able to hear my waffle in the book, would you? Oh, I'd still buy it. Bless you, Liz. So I've now got this background that I can use, and because I've got all these backgrounds, it'd coordinate beautifully. So why don't we use this heart as well? And let's stamp the same flower on the heart, because this won't take as long this time, and I won't keep you for 2 hours. I can't believe we were on for 2 hours yesterday. Good grief. I'm surprised you weren't all falling asleep. Of course they would. I have done both lots of homework. Oh, Sue, your teacher's pet, you've done both lots. So I'm now going to add this here, like so, to my heart, like so. You're all so good to me, you are. When are you doing the little books? Michelle, I haven't decided yet because a couple of ladies have ordered books from me this weekend. So I'm hoping, sort of not next week, maybe the week after, we'll do the book. And we'll have 2 sessions, not one. We won't rush it, we'll do 2 sessions, just to make it, you know, so it's a nice workshop, nobody feels rushed. Oh, I'm glad you learnt a lot, Sandra. That really means a lot. Because I always think, you know, eventually I'm going to run out of things. Well, I won't run out of things to say because I'm a chatterbox, but I'll run out of things to show you. So I'm just going to dab that. And then we're going to move these out the way and use this background just so we can have a dimensional flower. So let's create a dimensional flower. I love these backgrounds. I may have to sit in the naughty corner as I haven't done my homework. Rizwana, I can't tell you off though, Rizwana, because you always do all my cutting. So how could I tell you off? Could you add details for the book, please? Jane, yes, the details. It's in my group. I've just put a link. Hang on, let me see if it'll let me put it again. Look, me and technology, and it's working. If you join my group, we're doing a craft session. So we'll be doing a Facebook Live twice, and we'll all be creating a book together and chatting. Probably be in 2 sessions. And if I waffle too much, 3 sessions. And people have been buying a couple of books from me. Like little books. It's all in my group. If you message me in my group, I can give you the details. And we're all going to do a live class. Oh, bless you, Gabrielle. Thank you. That means a lot. It really does. You're all so good to me. It's something we don't take for granted. None of us, the fact that you enjoy watching. We just don't want you to be bored. That's the main thing. That little book is adorable. It is adorable. I love it. So I'm going to use one of my other backgrounds because I need some more dimensional flowers. It won't take me long to cut these out, so don't worry. It won't be too monotonous, but it'll be worth it adding the dimension to the flowers. So I'm just going to add that colour. So you've got all these wonderful details. You're very welcome, Jane. You've got all these wonderful details. Hang on. Yes. Just add this one more. I need 2 flowers, you see, 2 lots of flowers. Could we use an accordion book? Absolutely. Anything you want to. That we're actually creating a book that's got a mountboard cover and an accordion inside, so absolutely no problem at all. So we're just going to blot those. Let me get a piece of paper. Sorry, I'm just reaching over for paper that won't come out the printer. I always say that I'm not going to chuck things on the floor, and you know, every live I chuck things on the floor. Oh, you are good, Jane, thank you. It's hard work keeping up with the... Listen, Jane, I'm telling you, I'm determined you're not going to be bored sitting at home. I'll give you plenty to do. Absolutely. And then you can't get bored, and we can't have no problems then, can we? We can all stay happy together. We don't want anybody feeling lonely. So there we go. Just give that a good blot, like so. And then, just leaning over for my scissors. Right. What we need to do now is cut out the flowers. So let's have a chat about what... I was asked a couple of questions the other day about inks and the differences. Was it I've forgotten now who was messaging me, but about the ink pads and everything. I will try and do a Facebook Live just at the beginning talking about different inks, just so that we can talk about the difference in inks and what the differences are. I'm still trying to figure out the terminology in the UK when you say cooking tea now. I know it's food. Yes, it's definitely food. So my husband's cooking tea. That's our main meal of the day for me, Belinda, is cooking tea. So now we're all in lockdown. What have you been doing most of? And don't say Tracy's homework. One of the dogs has been listening to you and has just popped up on my knee watching you. Oh, Gina, that's so sweet. I love fur babies. I've got 2 black pugs, and when I've done a Facebook Live, they love it because then I spend the evening sitting down and answering all the comments, all the messages, and they like it because they'll sit on my knee for 8 hours a day if necessary. Oh, and guess what else I've been doing as well? Abs messaged me earlier, and he's just given me some amendments for my next new stamp release. So I'm working on some amendments to my new designs, so I've got to work on that later. So I've got plenty to do. Eating and watching TV, Tracy says. Me, mostly eating Vicky. I tell you what, Vicky, next time you see me on her chanda, I'll be about 10 stone heavier. I keep eating, and then I have to go out and do a bit of exercise. So it's hilarious. We're all going to look so different, aren't we? Louise has been gardening whilst the sun is out. My husband, Louise, has just cut all the edges on the lawn. I'm going to add some pictures to Facebook because it looks beautiful. I know the lawn looks a bit worse for wear because he's scarified that as well. He's scarified the lawn. Sorry, I'm keeping you riveting here. I'm just cutting out these flowers, but I'm determined. I'm sorry I've not done the prep. But with doing so many Facebook Lives, most of them are off the cuff, so I've not got a pre-plan. So I do apologise for doing the cutting out. Let's chuck that on the floor as well. Working remotely as a school teacher. How's that going, Gabrielle, working remotely? Got the gloss paints, been making backgrounds. They're amazing. Ooh. Is this the gloss sprays, Anne? Is this the gloss sprays that you're talking about, Anne, that you've been using? Because mine are waiting to come. I've been FaceTiming my daughter for her birthday today. Oh, how lovely, Sue. Painted the bathroom floor, Piggy Sue has. That's too energetic. I call it dinner. Hubby's doing it tonight. So you call it dinner. I call it tea. Might be a pottery thing that is, that I call it tea. We always used to call it tea. And then dinner was my lunchtime. I like to confuse things anyway, so no apologies, Tracy. You are fab no matter what you do. Oh, bless you. You're too kind, you are, Belinda. So I'm just cutting these out. Stabbing myself with the scissors. But we don't want no blood today. Belinda did that yesterday. Belinda cut a finger. Hope your finger's okay, Belinda. Throw it on the floor. I keep throwing it on the floor. I just chuck it on the floor, Eileen. And then I end up with the biggest pile of rubbish. I've just spent today cleaning up, and then every time I do a live, I keep saying, don't chuck it on the floor, chuck it in the bin. No, I just chuck it on the floor. That's what professionals do, you know, Eileen. Did you know? They just chuck them on the floor. That's what true professionals do. Didn't you know that? That's because you're a true professional and I'm not, you see. Same here, Carolyn. Making cushions for my sister. Oh, cushions sound... I can't sew for toffee. I cannot sew. I can sew through a piece of card, but that doesn't matter, you see. It doesn't matter whether it's in a straight line. But sewing a cushion, unless it was completely square, then I could probably make a mistake and it would have to be ski-whiffed. So I'm useless at sewing, but I've got a sewing machine. But no, I can't sew for toffee. But I should learn really, but there just isn't enough hours in the day. What, her finger? Yes, Belinda cut her finger. But it wasn't too badly. She cut her finger to match my red on my card. Oh God, I can waffle about anything. They must be posh. Who's posh? Oh, it's going well, but you're missing your pupils' faces. Oh, Gabrielle, that's lovely. At least they'll look forward to seeing you, Gabrielle, when you go back. And at least we'll all be safe. That's the main thing. You can give them lots of cuddles when you arrive. There we go. I've waffled enough now. We've done it. I can't sew, I can't knit, and I can't crochet. Snap Tracy, it must be a Tracy thing. I can't even embroider. Has anyone bought one and knows a good type? Bought what, Belinda? I missed that. Breakfast, dinner, tea and supper. Exactly, Liz. Hello, Linda. My sister is teaching by FaceTime too. Oh, is she, Belinda? Wow. No, I'm from Southend in Essex, and when we were growing up, dinner was in the middle of the day and tea was in the evening. That's me. That's me. But look at them. Can you see them? I can't believe what I waffle about. I'm unbelievable. It's no wonder when I put this on YouTube, I suppose it's no wonder some people must think I've lost the plot when this goes on YouTube, but hey ho. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lean over and get some cotton. Actually, let's see if we can just add a spotlight to this one here. Let me see if I've got a circle somewhere. Hang on a second. I'm just looking for a circle. Oh, there it is. Let me just add a spotlight to this. I can knit. Oh, I can knit. I remember knitting with my friend Sue, and she kept making holes in her knitting, and her language was very choice because she couldn't knit without creating a hole. Made me laugh. Let me just see if I've got a smaller circle. Bear with me. I'm just going to see if I've got a smaller circle. Yes, I have. Just using a smaller circle, sorry. So I'm going to create a spotlight behind this one. Lovely flowers, lovely flowers. Yes, lovely flowers, Bernie. Flowers. Flowers. I don't know how I say it. Oh yes, the clocks go back, don't they, Robert? Yeah, I forgot that. The clocks go back. I don't need an extra hour in bed. Spring forward, fall back. Yeah, I don't need an extra hour in bed. I know that much. I can't sleep as it is. So I'm now adding a spotlight around my flower. So I'm blending the ink from the centre outwards to the outer edge of the circle. So I've just die cut a circle and I'm blending the ink to the outside edge. Yeah, it's spring forward, isn't it? Fall back. Yeah, spring forward. Does that mean I get an extra hour or less hour? Oh, does that mean I get an extra hour in bed or I get 1 hour less? Oh, it started raining now. So you need to remind me now. I'm knitting. Oh, that reminds me. I'm knitting Stan Sardine. Oh, you've just reminded me there, Anne. I'm thinking of decorating one of these on a Facebook Live. And I'll have to use a sardine tin. I like using tins. Let me show you a piece of art I did with it, with a tin. Your tea's ready. Go and enjoy. I like doing pieces. Talking about sardines, you just reminded me. I like using tins in artwork. 1 hour less, Tracy. Oh, mind you, not that it matters. I'm stuck in so much that I'm not getting enough. I'm not burning enough calories. So, you know, I don't need the slip anyway. But I love using tins. This is a tin. Like a little vintage metal tin with mints. So I like using stuff like that. And this is my tissue technique. Why am I showing you this? I've gone off on a tangent again. But this is like a tissue. I've just done that with tissue. So I might create something like this with my stamps on a live. Do you fancy that? If I create this on a live, maybe do this tissue technique. And I like this tin and using some rusty bits. So I might do that. Mind you, you get more daylight before it goes dark. Exactly. That's lovely. But no one eats sardines here. I'm sure I've got extra sardine tins. Can you use this technique on fabrics like cotton? The shaving foam, yes. Or do you mean the tissue technique? Not the tissue one. But yes, the shaving foam, you can. You can use it on fabrics Do you like how I go off on a tangent? Yes, okay, I'll do that on a Facebook Live then. I'm always looking for different ideas. Oh wow, I haven't seen this before with crafts. Oh, I love just mixing it up. But it's just so that you don't get, you know, bored with the ideas. So I'm just creating a spotlight. So if we turn that over, can you see we've got a lovely spotlight there for our flower? Like so. I don't need to create a spotlight for this because that would go against the heart. So we don't want to do that. So we've got a nice spotlight. No problem then, I will do that. Definitely. So we'll do that one. That'll be another Facebook Live. We'll do the tissue technique. And we'll do that live because that's with a stencil, not a stamp. So we'll do that on another one. So let me just put that back up so it's out the way and I won't chuck it on the floor. So we'll just put that back up because I like that piece of art. That's one. You'd love the tissue one, no problem. So we'll do that one. Yeah, Altoid tins. I love using them kind of things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some cotton. So this one won't be too long. How long? 47 minutes, so I haven't been on too long. I need to give your brain a workout, Liz. I can't have them brains deteriorating while we're in lockdown. I've got to keep you sane. I don't know so much about my waffle keeping you sane, but I've got to keep you sane. I've got to keep you going. That's my aim. So the idea is that by the time the lockdown is finished, you'll be so bored of hearing my voice, you'll be glad to go back to work. That's the idea. You'll be so chuffed. Yes, please, to the tissue technique. My little dog's eating sardines. Oh, keep the sardine tin, Ruth. Don't bin it. Don't bin the sardine tin. So we're just going to add some adhesive there. And I like to add the cotton because the cotton just gives some lovely texture. I love doing cards like this. Just relaxing. I've got to keep, well, I don't know about keeping you sane, Belinda. I might be driving you nuts by the end of it. Sane? Crafty mad, you mean, Tracy? But you know, these Facebook Lives, though, I really am. I know now why I love being creative. I love it when something works out because last night when I was doing this, I was disappointed I didn't quite finish it. But now, I know this sounds weird, but I'm so proud of that. I love it. I love all the details on it. It's textural. But that's why I love craft so much. I just adore crafting. I love stamps. So I'm hopefully going to try and finish my designs later for abs. I use tin lids for paint palettes. Exactly, Gabrielle, why not? It's just perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these jump rings. There's some jump rings here. So I'm going to add a jump ring, one that's not all connected together. Actually, let's leave it connected. Oh, no, I don't want it connected together. I want one. Why are always the jump rings always connected? That's it. I'm going to add a jump ring. Oh, bless you. You're all so good to me, really. You're working from home, are you, Mario? So only get evenings and weekends free. Aw. Well, thank you for carrying on working. Hope you get some creative time. So I'm going to add a jump ring to the centre of that flower. Like so. I like to add a little jump ring because it just adds a little detail. You can see the glue now. Is that what I missed last night, Joanne? This one. This is what we created last night, Joanne. But you need, excuse me, you need a stiff drink, Joanne, because it's 2 hours long. And it's 2 hours. And I still had to finish bits then. But that was the one from last night, Joanne. That's what I finished yesterday. And I'm so pleased with it now. But it took me ages to add the little details. So I love that one. So I've added a jump ring to the centre of the flower. Exactly, Belinda. As long as I can just give you one little snippet, it means that I've done my job properly. Even if it's a tiny snippet that you've learnt, that's worth it then. I love how all your wonderful diamonds are all keeping us entertained with your good. Oh, bless you, Jane. Thank you, Jane. So, yes, it keeps me sane as well because it gives me somebody to talk to. It gives me something to talk to my husband about. Yes, he does listen to me when I talk about craft. So it gives us both something to talk about. because he's still working during the day. I'm still working during the day. I've got new releases to do. I've got magazine articles to do. I've got workshop prep to do if anybody ever goes or attends, because I've given all my ideas away, but I'm not bothered. So we're now going to add this here. Which way does that go now? Is that that way? That's that way. So we've got some circles in that flower. This cotton, I love adding cotton, Tracy. The cotton for me, when you're doing a card that's got lots of white space, it just adds a different texture to the card, and I love that. But that's just me. I just like doing things like that and just trying to give you different ideas each time. So just add my flower like so. We're going to add another jump ring to the centre, which when you've got nails is hard to hold. Every time you have a show on a Chanda or Facebook Live, I learn something new. That means a lot, Judith. Thank you. I'll be repeating some of these on her Chanda anyway for some of the her Chanda guests that don't tune into my lives. Just because then they can see them as well. So we've got 2 jump rings in the centre, like so. And I think we need some book pages. Let's have some book pages. So I've got this book, Drawings of British Plants. So we've got some text here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we can use this bit here. Just bear with me while I tear the page, because then I can cut it out. So I've got an old book page. With me decluttering my craft room, I'm finding lots of lovely goodies I haven't used before. That's one benefit of doing the decluttering, Sue. It's a good idea. Looks like a bearded face. Does it? Oh, I never noticed that, Tom. So now I've got this here, and these words, I'll hold this up so you can see it in a second. Just let me cut it out, and then I'll hold it up so you can read what it says. Like so. And we won't be much longer with these cards. At least it's not as long as yesterday. Let me hold that up for you. Can you read that? Part of a flowering branch from male plant. And it just gives you another dimension to your card. And it also grounds the flower. I can't get the final, so really nice to watch on here. Oh, brilliant. I can't get the final. Oh, that's brilliant. So I was just reading messages then. So I'm now going to ground this flower like so, just to add this bit of text paper, because it also grounds the flower, but it also adds a little detail as well to the card. Just make sure I don't get any glue, because I don't like any blobs of glue anywhere. So that just grounds your flower. So we need another bit of text as well. Let's find another bit of text. Hello, welcome from Holland. Is it Bep? I can't pronounce your surname. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. What have we got here? Stamens there. It says stamens there, so that will be fine. Like so. Just, I'm talking to myself again, but that's me. I like talking to myself. So I'm going to ground the other flower with this. And we've still got other backgrounds we've got left you can do for homework. So just add that there, like so. Make sure you get rid of some of that glue, because you don't want that showing, because that doesn't look professional. I will look at your messages in a second. I'm just getting rid of my glue. What do we say? It's a shame we couldn't be together with all the ladies in Peterborough. Exactly. Where you, I know, it'd be lovely if we were in Peterborough. Just get that out of there. That's it. So that just grounds our flower. And then, where were them bits of backgrounds that I chucked on the floor? Let me just pick them up. We've got these bits of backgrounds here. Let's stamp a sentiment on. Just so that we can... And there's a nice freshness about these. A nice freshness. So I'm now going to stamp where's the stamp now? So on this stamp set, there are some sentiments, and it's got limited edition here, and I quite like that limited edition. So I'm going to use that, I think, and use a bit of this coloured card to stamp limited edition. The right one looks like a zombie with a gas mask on. Oh, good grief. I hope not. So I'm just going to add limited edition, like so. So limited edition. I'm just stamping at the edge here. Be safe, yes, be safe. Have you used this alcohol? Have you used this alcohol technique? I did an alcohol ink technique a couple of days ago. Is that what we're talking about? Linda, we did an alcohol ink technique a couple of days ago. So I'm just going to block that sentiment just so that we don't get... Let's move this up a bit. We've just stamped the sentiments and we're just blotting that limited edition, because this is limited edition. It would be lovely if you came down to the southwest for a workshop when we were all out and about again. Yes, I can't, it just doesn't feel like we're going to be out and about again. I know we will be, and we'll come out through the other end, but, you know. Can I be excused, miss? I have no shaving foam. No problem, Shelley. So I'm now going to do this, like so. You could do it with your alcohol inks, Shelley, and create backgrounds that way, because you'll still get like a marble background, won't you? Because then you can still do homework. I'm really good like that. Need to buy alcohol inks once we can get post here in Spain. Yes, you're in total lockdown, aren't you, in Spain? Is that right? Is it total lockdown in Spain? Just get rid of those bits off the card, like so. Bring those in, and I'm going to add limited edition here. I don't want to add any black around the edges, which is what we normally do. I do have shaving foam from last time. So glad, since store's probably out of it. Yes, exactly. Mind you, when we went for when we had to get some necessities, there was still shaving foam there, to be honest. So I'm going to add limited edition there, like so. So not much. We've nearly finished these cards now. Just looking for my stamp set. I can't find anything in here. What have I done with the stamp set? Let's add a bit of background stamping with stamp set 304. So that is this stamp set. So we're using heartfelt. So I'm going to add a touch of background stamping to the background, just to lift it a little bit more. Just a little bit of stamping, nothing too much, nothing too overpowering. Just a little bit on each one, just so that we can add a little detail. So one, that one's going to have 3. That one's keeping 1. So what we've got then is this. I'm going to add a little bit more to this one. Just a little bit more. That's better. So just adding that stamping. No, too gloopy. What's too gloopy? What's too gloopy? There is a national shortage of jigsaw puzzles. Oh, because people are bored. Crafters will be panic buying shaving foam. Shaving gel won't work, no. Did you get your hairspray, Tracy? My hairspray? Hairspray? What would I want hairspray for, Belinda? We get fined if we leave the house. Oh, right, Wendy. Oh, right, okay. We can still go for food. We're still allowed to go for food. Just trying to find my stamp set. Some of this is going to have to go on the floor. Here it is. Here's my stamp set. So what have we got? Happiness. Let's have that. Because we've got to find some happiness in our long days. We have to find some happiness. So we're going to type that sentiment as well. So add happiness. And I like it because this is a nice small sentiment, so I can use it on a bit of this card, like so. Just got a bit of glue there. Can't handle that, what we're saying. I wouldn't be able to pay if I was... I can't believe there's a national shortage of jigsaw puzzles. No, shaving gel won't work. You said would need because no hair cutting from Bart. Oh yes, I can't go to the salon. No hair cutting. Mind you, my hair will just get longer. It just means I'll have even more mass of red hair. I've got a mass of hair as it is. So we'll just have more of a mass. So I'm just stamping this happiness sentiment on the edge here. I will hold it up just so you can see we've stamped that happiness sentiment like so. I'm just going to block that sentiment, even though it's just a sentiment, just to make sure before I cut it. So we've got the happiness sentiment. And just add that. And I don't want to add black to these sentiments because the card is quite bright and fresh. So I don't want to add black to the edges. That's just a personal thing. If the salon don't reopen, I'll be needing more than hairspray. Yeah, because people now are reading, doing jigsaws. It proves how much we go out and about, really, how much shortage of things there are, that people are, you know, using the shops more. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight that spotlight a little bit more. Let's highlight that spotlight and then we'll do a few splatters as well. And then we've finished. I have to admit how I got my hair cut. I couldn't find a hairdresser I liked, so I started using my dog grooming clippers. Oh, you are joking, Terry. For goodness. Whipped topping you find in a freezer. Can you use that? I bet you might be able to, you know. Can make bread in the slow cooker. Oh, now you're making me hungry. I'm now going to add a delicate line of doodling around this spotlight, just a delicate line, nothing too overpowering, because I'm loving these spring like colours. So just a delicate doodle around the spotlight, nothing too much, nothing too over the top. I will hold these up just so that you can see them, just so that you can see the delicacy but the vibrancy in the colour. And I'm moving my card round because it makes it simpler to do the doodles. If I move my card round rather than my hand, it makes it much simpler. So I'm now going to add a few more little doodles around here. These are the bits that I like doing. I like doing the little added little doodles. I just think it makes more to your card. It just finishes it off. I'm going to be rocking soon. I have to say, it's very difficult staying in. I'm one of them people that I do a bit of craft, I do a bit of gardening, I do a bit of ironing, I do a bit of running errands, I go out garden shopping, so I do a bit of everything. So I'm terrible. But can you see here, we've got this doodling in the stem here. So I've added this doodling around the spotlight. So let's add the doodling to the heart as well, just so that it looks like that we've thought about the card design and that we're not just chucking it all together. So it looks like we've thought about it. So let's just think about the heart as well, just so that we bring it all together. I get scared I'm going to mess the card up by doodling. Oh, you won't, Tracy. Just a little scribble. You won't mess it up, I promise. Especially if you use a fine pen. If you use a fine pen, you won't mess it up, because the pen's so fine, it doesn't mess it up too much. So it's quite handy. It won't write on some of the shaving foam anyway. I don't know why. Or I think my pen's running out, to be honest. My pen's running out. Yeah, my pen's running out. Another excuse for a spending spree. I need some micron pens. So just some doodles, and then just add some doodles around your heart. Like so. Am I making you go dizzy because I'm moving the card round in circles? So now we're going to add some splatters, just to finish it off. But I'm just going to get some pink paint. Just bear with me a second so you can see them. Won't be a minute. Pink paint, magenta paint. It makes it pop, doesn't it? Just giving it a little bit of black. So let's just add some paint. I don't know what I did with that paintbrush. What did I do with that paintbrush? Nobody knows. Let's just add more to the pile. You see, what you could also do is, if you didn't want to add these sentiments and you wanted to add something a bit different to your card when you're doing your homework, if you want to add something a bit different, I found these in the garden. You know, when your plant labels, if you wanted to, let's bring these in, you could add a plant label. So you could add a plant, obviously I won't because I've done mine, but you could add a plant label as well. So that's another idea for you. Stamp with stays on onto the plastic plant label and add your plant label. It was just, you know, and exactly, they're just made from a bit of shaving foam. So you could add a plant label, so that would look nice as well. Another different touch for you. So I'm now going to add some splatters of paint. So just a touch of paint, she says, trying to get a touch of paint out. Just spritz that with water. Sorry for leaning over.